Hey everybody, how you doing out there today? It is your Uncle Steve, and we're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Appreciate y'all joining us today for the Sunday Chill. And chill is what we're gonna do as we talk about these Atlanta Falcons yesterday. Very close preseason loss. More importantly, yesterday, what's going on with Young Wei Koo? Do we need to be concerned? Is it just preseason? Do we need to bring somebody in this week? I don't know. We're going to talk about it in a couple of minutes. Also, just a nice, I don't know about y'all, but I love the way that the defense, the second string, third string guys have been flying around. It's going to be some interesting decisions to be made when next week comes around as to who's going to be on this roster and who's not. I like the fight that we have with our defense. Let's see if that can hold up. And then last but not least, yesterday was the first annual
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
karaoke battle with Big Low Country Sports and yours truly, Uncle Steve. We're going to show you some highlights of that and some of the great folks that joined us yesterday for some fun times watching the football game. We'll talk about that and a lot more after this. Again, welcome into Uncle Steve's Lounge. We appreciate y'all joining us today. I am your Uncle Steve. I am happy to have you in here. Thank you as you come in and take a seat into the lounge and chill out today. Let me know what you all are thinking about the Atlanta Falcons preseason game yesterday. Again, I'm not gonna go blow by blow with every single thing that came on here, but on the game yesterday, because quite honestly, 90% of the people that you see on the field are probably not going to be there after week 3 of preseason. What you want to make sure is some of the guys. Good to see Rook out there getting a sack and causing havoc out there on the lounge. JD Bertrand out there doing some things. Natron Brooks looking like he wants to stick around and be a part of this team. Just some great things that we saw out of players that aren't going to be starters. But listen, when you've made the moves the Atlanta Falcons have made over the last 3 or 4 days, you're looking for some depth to the game. That it's not going to be over just because one guy goes down this year. We want to have the ability to look to our bench and say, hey, I remember you in week 2 of preseason. Let's see if you can bring some of that fire into what is kind of turned out to be an all-in season for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I never thought, as I think about 1 week ago when we were talking about the Falcons and the prospects of the 2024 season, I thought we would probably make some last-minute moves, maybe after that first cut, look on the waiver wire. And we still might do that, folks. There might be some folks to get cut from their team, and the Falcons might take a second, third look at a couple of those guys, as I'm sure some folks will look at a couple of the cuts that we're going to make. But never in my wildest dreams did I think we would land 2 of the best players in their positions. Uh, you can argue that Matt Judon, you can argue that he's been the best pass rusher over the past 4 years. And granted, yes, he got cut short last year, but he had 4 games of 4 sacks before he left. So it's not like he was a scrub when if you look and see 4 sacks, like, oh no, dude was still averaging a sack a game last year. So we get that added to a team that's been hungry, starving for some help on the defensive line, that elite pass rusher that could probably take some pressure off the Ebikettis of the world. Somebody like Caden Ellis who can really speed rush very well. The attention that Matthew Judon is going to have on the right or left side. When you see the red sleeves go out, you're going to know they're going to have a couple of people over there trying to chip. So whoever has that other side, oh, they're going to eat. They're going to eat. And I love the prospects of that, being able to eat. Something we haven't said about a defensive lineman, well, not defensive lineman, a defensive edge rusher here since that one and done season of Vic Beasley. And yes, I know before y'all say one and done, I know he was here a couple of years. But that's the last time we had double-digit sacks. Barring health, knock on wood, barring that, I think Matthew Judon is going to be that guy. And listen, this was somebody 24 hours later. I was making fun of it a few days ago, and when the Falcons were pretty much locked into getting Judon, and Justin Simmons came in for the visit. He's probably, like I said, in first class. He's walking on the plane, and as he got down to the seat, he got his ESPN alert like all of us have. Breaking news, the Atlanta Falcons get Matthew Judon, 3rd round pick. They ready. And Justin Simmons say, wait, hold on one second. Flight attendant, open the door. I'm getting back out. And he got back out, and we heard Grady Jarrett tell the story on NFL Network. And now Justin Simmons, one of the most ball-hawking safeties over the last few years, is on our team as well. I asked my son, who's a prominent Madden player, I said, how many points do you think that's going to move us up in the Madden ratings? He said about 2-3 points. Yes, I know. Before y'all start joking, I know Madden isn't real. But it's, the perception now of the Atlanta Falcons. A week or so ago, it was, they're going to have a nice offense, but their defense, Now, what are they saying? You have an elite pass rusher, and you have another safety that's going to make life easier for you now. So, oh my goodness. I think it's going to be good. What do y'all think? I think we're in for some fun times at the Benz this year. And then, second, I want to talk about Younghoe Koo. And I must admit, in the moment, you do have to say, man, dude, you missed 3 field goals under 50 yards. Come on, bro. You better than that. We've seen you better than that. And then, the first thing I did when I got home? First thing I did was I looked on Spotrac, which is, gets the contracts. And I'm trying to see what Younghoe is getting this year. He's getting $4 million. Now, I know times go up and kickers get paid, and I've watched a couple of kickers get paid this year. And I started thinking, I was like, man, okay, is he worth it? Is that worth $4 million? Then I go back, and you have to say preseason is preseason. Younghoe Koo, for what it's worth, the last 2 years, he's had the exact same numbers. He's 32 for 37, 86%. Both of his long field goals were 54 yards. Missed 2 extra points in 22, missed 1 in 23. So actually, that's not bad at all. Was it a blip on the screen? I don't know. But it is something that we have to think about. We're getting all these pieces together on the team, solidifying the defense, getting the offense together. And the last thing we want to do is go marching down the field, stop at the 30-yard line with 2 seconds left, and have to worry about whether our kicker can hit a 45-yard field goal. I don't know what the elements were in Baltimore yesterday. I honestly don't. But it doesn't matter because he missed 3 of them. I can't kick a ball over 20 yards, so I don't know what it takes. But I know he's been really good for the last 4 years. And I go back again. If you go all the way back to 2020, he missed 3. So here's his numbers. 23 of 26 in 19. 37 of 39 in 20. That's 2 misses. 27 of 29 and 21. Only 2 misses. 32 of 37 and 22. That's 5 misses. And 32 of 37 again in 23. 5 misses. Conventional wisdom tells you that's a pattern that is going down a little bit. But I must admit, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. And then, last but not least, I want to give a shout out to everyone who was kind enough to join a lot of your favorite Atlanta Falcons content creators yesterday at Benchwarmers in Stockbridge. We had a ball, and I just want to shout out all the folks who came. I feel like if I start naming names and leave somebody out, somebody's going to get offended. So if you say something in the chat, I'll definitely let you know. But it was just very nice. The folks at Benchwarmers is kind of funny because they came over to me and they're like, man, dude, it hadn't been this wild in a long time here. This is a preseason game. So that was kind of exciting to know that folks, we're laddered up for it. We're laddered up for 2024. And everyone had a good time. However, there was some serious business that needed to be done. We had the inaugural.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
The Ain't Nobody Coming to See You, Otis karaoke sing-off with yours truly and Big Low Country Sports. Now, later we'll play a couple of highlights from it after we get into the football a little bit. But I had to ask you all, and whether it's on a cruise ship, whether it's in a local bar, whether it's on a Saturday night, whether it's at a resort or whatever you're doing, what's your go-to karaoke song? What is your go-to? I kind of sang mine yesterday, one of them, but I got a couple. Anything Stevie. But I sang one of them yesterday, and I'll let y'all take a little listen to it in a few minutes. But what's your go-to karaoke song to sing in public? Again, those are 3 things we're going to talk about. Anything from the Falcons game yesterday or the Falcons season going up. Young Wei Koo. What do you think about Young Wei? His prospects going into the year. And then last but not least, your go-to karaoke song. It could be anything. It could be anything. Let's go over to the chat, see what we got going on. It looks like it is busy already. I appreciate everyone joining us. First on tap is Greg. What's going on, Greg? How you doing, sir? Say, what's up, Unc? And yeah, Koo definitely needs to tighten up. I know it's just preseason football, but man, it was frustrating watching him miss those kicks and then be shown to be grinning afterwards. Shaking. Yeah, I was kind of, I'm saying to myself, like, yeah, bro. Speaking of gritty, we were talking about this and not totally off subject, but it was like that game against Miami when Atlanta lost at the end, and you see the grin on Raheem's face as he running to meet his buddy Mike McDaniel. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to be a stiff or anything like that. He has an enjoyment of the game, and that was one of his guys. They were here together um, when during the Super Bowl run. So I'm sure he's pretty close to him. So just good vibes there. But I was like, man, it's just a little too much smiling for me. So for some missed field goals. I need somebody to diss him real quick. Like, all right, come on, Cool. Get it straight, man. He said, I just hope Cool doesn't end up being the Achilles heel of this team, not this season. No pun intended. Yeah. Oh no. I hear you. I hear you. Dexter Owens is in here. What's going on, Dex? How you doing, brother? He said the last 2 years, this will be 3. He has been suspect. We have been missing a lot of field goals that should have been made. He cost us a couple of games from missing. There have been short ones too. Yeah, anything under 50 yards, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to be 90% on. 95%, quite honestly, if you really think about it. So yeah. Devarius, what's going on, brother? How you doing today? He said, hey, what's your major concern with the team? What needs to improve? Major concern with the team is health. I don't know whether you put a bubble wrap over everybody, but my major concern is health. We got to stay healthy going into that first week. That's why I don't have a problem with Raheem saying, hey, I'm not going to play Penix because that's my backup. I'm not going to play a lot of the starters because we want to be full swinging 100% when we play the game against Pittsburgh on opening day. And I hear what he's saying, too, because, hey, I don't think the leash is that long for him or Terry Fontenot. So I do feel like there is a lot that needs to be saved up for that one game. What needs to be improved? Defense, man. Defense still. Even with those additions that we made, we just need to make sure that we're, doing our thing, man. Doing our thing on defense. I'm still concerned that other corner opposite of AJ still got me a little concerned. Jamal D in the house. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Good to see you in the house, as well as David Starks is in here. What is going on, man? Good to see you. Our brother 3 Dirty is in the house as well. What's up, 3 Dirty? He said, hey, I missed it. Visiting my children in Texas. I know it was a good time. You know it was, my brother. We had a good time, man. And we know you got to do your thing, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you at least shouting us out there. You came to the last one, so that's good enough for us, man. That's good to go. RJ Falcon is in the house. What's going on, sir? Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us in the lounge. Y'all coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button for your I really would appreciate it. Help this thing get out into that YouTube algorithm. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. 330 said, I'm digging them shoes so we can order them with our own themes. Speaking of which, real quick, I appreciate shout out to Greg Brown helping us with those shoes. Real quick, I would like to share a video from yesterday. I hope y'all can hear it on here. This was the reveal. This was the reveal for yesterday's shoes. Uh-oh. From my brother Greg Brown, who's custom made. Now with this custom, I know bumpers are better. I am too. So it's a kind of mix of this spandrel and it's better to ship. So would you please? Thank you, sir. If you please. Now, first thing, I'm keeping the pop. Let's stay here for a point. So these were custom-made shoes with my brother Gregory Brown. Big shout out. Big shout out to him yesterday. That was yesterday, and that was our brother Greg. We appreciate him. We appreciate him doing his thing. Volume here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Greg. We appreciate that, man. That was awesome. And if y'all want your custom shoes made, Greg Brown got you covered at Greg Custom Kicks. Y'all check him out on Instagram. He's on YouTube. He's everywhere. He makes shoes for some of the celebrities around there. I know Big Gift from Goody Mob gets his stuff from him. So y'all make sure y'all check him out. Greg Brown doing his thing, man. David Starks is here. David says the honeymoon's over with Cool. I reserve that determination until the season. If he's missing kicks, then yeah, it's over. But as I post the preseason or not, that was concerning. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely. William Amy in the house. What's going on, William? He was out there yesterday. Man, we appreciate you stopping by and joining us yesterday, brother. Great time. Great meeting you in person, man. Good job. Good job. David Starr says, not so much evaluating players as it was coaches. Yeah. Exactly. He says, I thought Robinson called a decent game and our defense looked like the players are getting the coach's message. And it's hard, again, to do that because you don't know exactly, you don't see the starters. And that could be a good thing coming out in that first game, man, because they don't know what to expect. So I like the fact that we're kind of holding things out real quick and see what happens on week 1. I love it. Love it. Demetrius in the house. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? God, that is awesome, brother. And yes, we appreciate you, man. Good to meet you too, my friend. And listen, just a great time for all of us. And I hope you enjoyed it, brother. It was we hope to do some more of that pretty soon. I hope we move around the 285 perimeter. Move to I think we did it the east last year. Did one little thing up in north on Marietta. This year we were down in south, the Henry County, Clayton County area. And next time maybe we can go over there to the deck and see what they got rolling in DeKalb or Conyers or something like that. So hopefully we get a chance to do it. Barbara Ridley is in the house too. What's up, Miss Barbara? Good to see you. Yes, we are talking 3 things. We're talking about the Falcons game as a whole, Falcons prospects. If you still want to talk about the Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons additions, we'll talk about that. We're also talking about Younghoe Koo. How do you feel about him going forward? Do those 3 missed field goals, are they reason for concern or just preseason? And then also yesterday, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna give us about 10 more minutes. And we're going to play part of the karaoke battle for the inaugural.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
The karaoke battle yesterday between Big Low and myself. We're going to play a couple of highlights from that as well. My brother, Sir Darius, is in the house. What is going on, man? How you feeling, brother? He said, I like what I saw on both the offense and defense. Who needed to get it together, man? Again, all of these moves are great that the Falcons are making. From Kirk Cousins to Matthew Judon to Justin Simmons, but they don't mean anything if in the last few seconds Kirk Cousins gets us down to the 25 and your kicker can't kick a 40-yard field goal. And if I'm not mistaken, I think all 3 were under 50, right? I'm almost positive they were. And even if one of them was 50, I still need him to hit that. Demetrius said, I saw the video of you and Big Lo singing. Could we finally be getting the collaboration album? No, we're not, man. We not going to get it because I need to work on my contract with Big Lo. I need to work on my contract with him. I don't know. We might put something together, man. We have to do some things, man. We'll see how that works out. He said the Bates and Simmons duo in the secondary is gonna be scary, bro. It's gonna not only scary, but it's kind of like insurance, DJ. It's really like insurance for us. That's what I think. I love the move, and it's gonna pay dividends. Trust me, it will. Corliss in the house. What's up, Corliss? Thank you for joining us in the lounge today. Appreciate you joining us in here. Rise up to you, my friend. Always. Barbara said need to bring a kicker in as cool, too comfortable. He needs the competition. It's funny, Barbara, because last year they did, if y'all remember, they did bring a kicker in last year. The guy from Northwestern, I could not think of what his name is now, and he was hitting a couple of field goals last year. And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they bring him in because Koo had a messed up hamstring like in the middle of the season? But they brought a guy in here last year. So maybe that's what they need to do. Maybe that's what they need. He said, DJ said, Young Money Koo wasn't looking like Young Money yesterday. He got to clean that up. And that's what I was saying, man. Look, the honeymoon's going to be over here pretty soon. If we're loading up some name talent on both sides of the ball and our kicker can't hit kicks, none of that stuff is going to matter, folks. None of it. So we need to get our acts together and you know, do our thing, man. David Starr says, even with the Judon and Simmons acquisitions, I'm cautiously optimistic. As much as I love the signings, I remember 12 when Philly did this. Yeah. And they loaded up the box. They loaded up everything and did it, you know. Just because we make the signings don't necessarily means it's going to work. It doesn't. Hey, got our first super chat of the day. That's my brother Tidy. Hey, world, can't help to see me now, because Uncle Steve will help you out by reading your super chat. World, can't help to see me now. Woo! Uncle Steve will help you out by reading your super chat. World. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Atlanta Bird Gang on YouTube. They had an exhilarating episode of the Waffle House the other night, which was really good. John Harris was on his Matt Ryan lost the Super Bowl rage last night, which I always love. So he said, word on the street that there was a little singing battle and you lost, Steve. Care to comment on this rumor? Lies, I tell you. All lies. All lies. I'm getting ready to play it in 1 second, brother. We gonna get it. We gonna get it in 1 second. I see a raid going on, y'all. I see a raid happening. And this is my brothers from the Dixon Way in the house. S Lane M, appreciate you. John Morgan, appreciate you, brother. Dr. Dixon, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Georgia Dog, I appreciate you. All of y'all. And more importantly, I appreciate my brother. I saw him and his beautiful wife, Shonda. Larry, taking care of business as he always is. Please say the Braves are still up. I know they were up 2-1 a few minutes ago. Hopefully they still doing their thing over there. But y'all give some love to the Dixon Way. Always the best live reaction video, whether it's Falcons, whether it's Braves, whether it's Hawks, whether it's Georgia Bulldogs. Always some good stuff on there. So we appreciate that. Thank you, S. Lane. I appreciate you. 3-1 in the bottom. Thank you, Georgia Dog. Appreciate you. Bottom of the ninth. Let's hope Glaciers can hold that down for us. We appreciate y'all joining us from the Dixon Way. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nando's in the house. What is going on, my brother? Good to see you. He says, oh, what's good is that Koo may not finish the season as the kicker if he keeps this up. We left 12 points off the board yesterday, man. You ain't got to tell me, bro. You ain't got to tell me. Man, I was awful. Deshaun, what's up, brother? He says, Natron Brooks is a dog. Let me tell you something. Natron was everywhere yesterday. And I don't know whether that was a good or bad thing, but he was everywhere yesterday. And you need those guys. But I really do like Bertrand too. I don't want anybody to sleep on him. I like what he brings to the table. David says, said the field was a little slick in Baltimore, not an excuse. Hey, look, every team doesn't play in the dome. You can't have that excuse. If the fields, if the grass is slick, change the shoes. Get you some better cleats. You getting $4 million. If we're gonna criticize defensive guys for not tackling, offensive linemen for not blocking, then you got to criticize kickers for not kicking. And I'll even go as far to say kickers should get a little bit more blame because that's points coming off the board. No excuses. Not at all. Not at all. Nope. Not trying to hear it. Barbara says, in defensive coup, right on cue. We need to get it in the end zone instead of relying on field goals. And yes, he also needs to make the extra point. Yeah, that's true too. I will say this. I think the Falcons are going so vanilla to not give up anything. They don't want anybody to see anything. Zach Robinson is his first year. People think they're finding out things about him in they ain't finding out nothing, man. We doing some little some fake plays so people can kind of buy into that. But you're still right. We got to make extra points. And we got to score touchdowns. Haven't scored a lot of touchdowns this in this preseason. Got to get some touchdowns. C Double is in the house. What's going on, brother? It was so awesome to meet you in person and hang out with you yesterday, man. We did love hanging with you, brother. Y'all make sure y'all check C Double out. He does a wrestling show as well. Keep us on the latest action in WWE, AEW, and all the other federations out there. He'll be first one to tell you whether Roman Reigns should keep his little baby face deal for the last few weeks or not. Or I don't know. It's going to be interesting how they play this going forward with him as a baby face while Cody is still the champ for the moment. William Amos says, salute. It was good stuff. And shout out to me, brother. Shout out to you, brother. That is awesome. C-Double says, Honk and Big Low were epic. Thank you, my friend. Barber says, can't wait for the season to start. No more injuries, please, and just win. We should go 11-6. I like 11-6. I've been saying 10-7, and I'm not going to bend just to bend. I'll maybe see how it goes into next week, but I'm going to stick with 10-7 until next week when I give my final predictions. And this year, I'm going to do it different. We're going to record that this year so I can record it and then come back and see how great I am. See how many I made. I shared my Vegas bets with y'all earlier this year. Go back in the archives and look at Uncle Steve's Lounge and check it out. While you're doing that, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Those of you got a lot of new faces in here. We appreciate y'all joining us. But please hit that subscribe button for us so we can get out here and get out here into this algorithm and get people rolling into some good Atlanta Falcons content, not only from myself, but a lot of my friends out there, some of them still in the chat. We appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. William say, I had Mad Mike in his feelings today. Listen, brother, I got nothing but support and respect for Mad Mike, AFN, and everything they do over there. But people do things differently, man. Everybody doesn't have to do the same. No, we don't have to all be kumbaya all the time. But people do their thing, we do our thing, and you know what? I think I've heard this comment said. Even as I watch a lot of AFN because they put some entertaining stuff on sometimes. And I will say this. Half of the fans that are out here are on all of our platforms. And I don't play the hate game. I don't play the derogatory game. I don't do all of that. I leave that for other folks. But shout out to Brother Mike and all the minions over there with him. Good job, much success, and rise up in 2024. How about that? How about that? How about some peace and love on today? Now watch how that goes on. Watch how that goes over. I'm here for it. It's all good. Grown men over here. Jamal D says, Otis Redding sitting on the block of the parade. That was the other question. I want to hear this. I want y'all to put this in the chat. Your karaoke favorites. Now we're at the point where I am going to play a couple of snippets so Tidy can stop getting that bad information. So we're going to play a couple of snippets from yesterday's get-together. This first one is, I think this is Big Low trying to, I think we were doing if I fall. I think this was the shy part. So y'all listen quiet because I think this one is kind of distorted. Let me see. Right, so that was a little collaboration on If I Fall Again by Shy. Which again, I'll be okay with that. Now, this particular video is pretty much the contest. I'm gonna play a snippet of him attempting to do a little bit of Southern I'm calling it. So a little bit of Silk Sonic, and then you'll hear the real singing at the end with your Unc doing a little bit of a classic. Let's see what we said. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. There it is. Let's see if we can get this on here. All right, let's try this. See if y'all can hear this.
We're gonna get the mic, and we're gonna let y'all decide how far down low is. I mean, who's gonna be the best singer between the two of us. I'm telling y'all right now, make him feel good. Make him feel good, no matter what.
Okay, so here's Big Low doing his thing on the Silk Sonic.
Dr. Dance there.
Now, I will say I would have played the other part, but I'm just being honest. The audio in the place was horrible, and I think in fairness, had we had better audio, it would have been all right. So you heard that little bit of Big Low, and he carried a tune for about 2 seconds. But I didn't want to play the rest because the audio was horrible. Now, here's your Unc putting down a classic, so much so that he got the crowd into it too.
All right, here. I saw you standing. I saw you. Come on. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want you to know your name. Everybody. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name.
So I say all that to say I think I am giving myself victory in that particular. I made myself a trophy, and I made myself the winner of the inaugural.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
And in this particular case, Big Low is Otis. So we're gonna and I am just joking. We had a great time there yesterday, and shout out to my brother Big Low Country Sports. Shout out to my brother Smitty Sports Machine. Shout out to several other Atlanta content creators. See, I get in trouble for stuff like that. Only reason I'm mentioning those three because we're in the Southern fantasy group. So, but I will get in major trouble if I start mentioning names and forget people. But we appreciate everyone coming out. It was a great time. Y'all just got a snippet of the good time that we had. Yet they're great vibes. Everyone had a good time, which is kind of what it's all about. Even in the midst of playing football, we actually had some trivia. Gave away a couple of things yesterday, so just a good vibe in there. We will try to do this again. Hopefully, we'll let you know when we do it. So I'll just take y'all, and I'll get down to y'all in a minute. Let me know just from that snippet and that beautiful rendition of "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell. Y'all tell me, how can y'all go any other direction? Because after it was over, I just looked at Low and said,
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
All right, so karaoke songs. I want to see you flooded on there. Jamal D says Otis Redding sitting on the top of the dock of a bay. Love that song. C Double says my favorite karaoke song is Bon Jovi. Born to be my baby. I love that song too. Barbara said her favorite karaoke song is Happy. I'm assuming you're talking about Pharrell's version. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Very good. William Amy says My Girl by the Temptations, especially if you get a couple of people together to do that. That's a really good one. That one Falcon fan in the house. What's up, brother? How you feeling? He said, what's popping up? I'm delusional for saying that we will be winning the Super Bowl in Aints territory. Also, we could sign Yannick, and that pass rush will be lethal. No, you're not delusional. As I told everybody else, if y'all think about this, honestly think about this. With those two signings, and I still have reverence for San Francisco because I really think San Francisco might be the team that you're going to have to go through eventually to get to the Super Bowl, barring catastrophic injuries for them. That's the team that you're going to have to go through. I don't see any other team that I'm really fearful of. Detroit is nice, but we match their youth. We match some of their star players. And I think, honestly, we're upgraded quarterback. So, no, you're not delusional. Now, signing Yannick is going to be interesting because I don't know. I think you go with what you got. Let the young folks learn what you've done and build up some of that youth and get them to almost kind of like when they did with Dwight Freeney. That the young guys kind of learned how to eat when they saw Dwight on the side doing their thing. So, yeah. That one Falcon fan said, I don't really sing karaoke. It's all good. Dre Harrison in the house. What's going on, Dre? He said, I look at Koo missing those field goals. It's preseason. Yeah, that's the only way you got to look at it, Dre. Listen, I was upset in the moment. But at the end of the day, that's true. It is preseason. I'm not going to just absolutely throw him out. It's just concerning because if the saying you only had one job applies to anybody in the NFL, it's the NFL kicker. The kicker has to do nothing but come out there and kick field goals. So when the only job you're asked to do on the field isn't being done at a level that's pretty high, and those kicks are under 50 yards, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear about it. Look, if it's snow on the field, I almost get it. But it wasn't like it was a monsoon out there yesterday. So I saw the other kicker kick field goals. So let's hope that was an anomaly and we can kind of get past it. Anthony White, what's going on, man? Ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Hope everything is well with you. Say people acting like the fan base wrong for criticizing Koo. Yeah, right. If I miss 3 deadlines at my job, I deserve to be criticized. Why can't he? Hey, let me tell you something. You only have one job. That's to kick field goals and extra points. And when you don't do it, sorry, folks, you gotta get criticized. Matter of fact, you're the only starting player that's gonna be out there during the preseason. No, you deserve everything you get. You deserve it. David Stott says whip appeal. I had a whip appeal super chat. I'm trying to think if I ever played it before. I think I erased it and made it back, but that was for a long time. That was my favorite Babyface song. Whatever you want. I just like that. Kelvin is here. What's going on, Kelvin? He said, "Is it just me or too many players resting?" It's a dang if you do, dang if you don't, Kelvin, because really what it is if you play the players and they get hurt, you'll get criticized. If you don't play the players and they come in kind of sloppy, you're going to get criticized. I think it's super obvious by listening to Raheem. He has gone the way of, I'd rather everybody come out there healthy and sloppy than not to be able to come out there at all. You think about the teams like Jamar Gibbs in Detroit. Not sure. I don't know what his whole status. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know whether he's coming back quickly or not. You look at J.J. McCarthy, who probably had a really good chance to start for that team. I'm not saying Sam Darnold wouldn't have started the year, but maybe they would have had a plan to get J.J. some time later on in that year. And you just feel bad for some of these guys. Like our guy here, Rondale Moore. You feel bad for him. You feel bad for Braylon Trice. Guys that we were counting on, not on the bench, counting to be a lot of times with the first team. So you could take the scared approach in the bubble wrap approach, or you could take the approach of, you know what, if it's gonna happen, it's happening. And I think Raheem is taking the bubble approach right now, and we'll see. We'll see. Barbara says Brooks looks fire. Yes. Like Rucksack, he's a big boy. And that's the one thing I like, Barbara. I like the fact that we got some of these young boys look like they're ready to do their thing. I love it. Love what I saw out of the young defensive players. And you think about it, our defense has been holding their own. And I know we're playing second stringers too. I get it. But I like it. Excuse me. I like it. We got woo-wee in the house. What's going on? Say, Koo, we love your past accomplishment. Our future don't need to look like our past. Tighten up. Hey, man. Hey. I'm with you. I'm with you. Robert says the shoes look fire. Just got to buy the pair I want to use. Yeah. But let me tell you, like I said again, Greg, y'all always see him in the chat. Greg Brown from Greg Custom Kicks. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Yeah, a lot of folks got a chance to see those yesterday. So that's awesome. I just got the thing that hit officially that Justin Simmons signed. I think they were showing his pictures on the internet that he officially signed today. That's what I was looking on my watch and just got an alert from that. Y'all make sure, again, y'all hit the like button for me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Uncle Steve's Lunch. We'll be here. Deshaun says, want it. Dead. I used to like. There's there's a acoustic version that John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora do of that song. And I think it really started the unplugged thing. And every time I see that song and I go back and hear it, I'll go to YouTube and just play it. Just those two guys and two guitars. And I'm trying to, and actually it was a medley because they did Living on a Prayer to start. And it was like a slow version. And then they morphed into Wanted or Dead Alive. And I'm just trying to tell you, man, you don't get guitar playing like that. That was awesome. If y'all remember that was some pretty good stuff. RJ says, for the first time in my generation, we could actually say our Atlanta Falcons have a defense. We can. I think I'm trying to tell you. RJ says, the most complete team for the Falcons in the 20th century. That's a really good question. That Super Bowl team of 98, I think might have that for the and I'm sure you meant 21st century. I'm gonna tend to say it's probably 98. I guess it would be 20th century. Duh. What am I talking about? 98 is 20th century. Duh. I just messed that up. Let's start over. Do one of the sound bites. Let's start that over. The 20th century would be up to 99. Now, the most complete team, in my opinion, of the 20th century was the 1980 team. I don't know whether a lot of you were old enough for that team, but that 1980 team to me was the most complete. Probably followed up by that 98 team. Now, 2000 and beyond. Whew, that 2012 squad wasn't bad. I think the 2016 squad was as complete. We just had an out of this world offense and held on for our dear life a lot of times on defense. A lot of those games were like 40 something to 28 and things like that. There was only a couple of games where we actually beat the team by 30 points. But, you know. Jay Diaz in the house. What's going on, brothers? How you doing, man? He said, yeah, what's up, Falcon family? What's up, Uncle Steve? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And more folks from the Dixon Way raid in the house. We appreciate you, Magic Man, Lonnie, David Thomas. He said, hi there, sir. All right, what's going on with you, brother? Good. What's going on? And of course, our brother Larry chiming in. Yes, sir. I send that love right back to you as always, my friend. Always. Jay says, we got the coach, and that's the difference between that Eagles team. Yeah, the one that's that loaded up. It is. Yep. Dre says the AJ Terrell Bates Simmons duo will allow our linebackers and D-line to get to the quarterback. I think that's not only a 100% spot on comment. I don't think I'm almost here. We are a cornerback 2 from this potentially being a top 5 secondary. That other person. Now I saw today Stephen Gilmore signed with Minnesota today. That would have been nice, but I know we probably gave up all the money this last week. But I'm good with that. Got to see what Mike Hughes can do. Maybe they're trying to slide in Kevin King, see if he can do his thing. I don't know. Dre, what's going on, brother? How you feeling today, man? Thank you for joining us here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Devarius says, you still have that ornery quarterback sound.
I like that, man.
I do, man. But look, he might not have a job for me to do that again. Because I'm sure not going to do that during the UFL season. Or maybe I will. Lee Jackson in the house. What's going on, my friend? How you doing, brother? Braves still up 3-1 at the bottom of the ninth, one out. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Dre says, Rook. Oh, roo. Got his first sack with using some different pass rushes and moves. And here's the thing, Dre. He's going to be in there with the real defensive lines. He's going to get a chance to get in there with some real rotation. So I love it. Love it. That's Greg tells us the Braves had won. Outstanding job. The Braves. Look, man, sometimes, which I think we fell prey to last year, sometimes it's kind of good to come in. I would love to win the division, but maybe the Braves need to be hungry going into the playoffs. We still got a solid team. You know, the injuries just were horrible this year. But I still say we got a really good chance of doing some things this year. We do. C-Double says those misses do hurt, especially 9 points that could have won, but this is preseason game, so let's keep it in the memory bank. If it happens in regular season, then we talk. Fair. Dondre says, do you think Penix showed you what you need to see? Yep. I'm good. I'm good if we don't see Penix again, because Penix, quite honestly, is he's the insurance policy. If something happens to Kirk Cousins, I don't have a problem with that. And anybody who had a problem that it's all good till you see Kirk limping around. ATL Skate Man in the house. What is going on, brother? Good to see you. Great to see you yesterday. Awesome. Appreciate you, man. The kind words you gave to us yesterday, brother. Nothing but fellowship. We appreciate that. Lee with the sounder about the Braves winning. Appreciate you, man. Twan said, what's going on? What's going on with you, Twan? How you feeling, brother? How you feeling today? C Double said, I do want to see Penix more. I wonder if he's getting first team reps. If he is, then let's see what happens. He said, also, hit me, baby, one more time. I got you. Lisa Shepard is in the house. What is going on, Lisa? She said, hey, Steve, you guys had so much fun Saturday. Hate that I missed it. It's all good. It is all good, man. Atlanta Bird Gang says Bigelow sounded better in my humble opinion. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what. We're banning Atlanta Bird Gang as of right now from coming back. We are doing an official banning of Tidy and Atlanta Bird Gang. It's horrible. Oh man, Latoya, how you doing, Latoya? Good to see you. So I believe the unveiling of this new offense September 8th will be a treat. Unlike when Ritter didn't play much in preseason and we were tricked into believing he was ready.
I love Desmond.
So Latoya, like myself last year, wasn't trying to hear all of the popular circumstance. I want to hear about the actual real quarterback like Kirk Cousins. Dirty Bird 67 is in the house. What's going on, Dirty Bird? He's in. What you think about the Falcons shutting down MJ for the rest of the preseason? I'm good with that, man. And listen, y'all got to remember, too, these scrimmages, and I keep hearing the players and the coaches talk so highly about the scrimmages. It seems like they take those more seriously than they do the preseason games. The starters play in a lot of the scrimmages. So they can control what's going on. They control the action. They say, hey, I want to see this play a couple of times. I want to see that play a couple of times. With Michael Penix, yes, I'm sure we don't want to fall into the trap of letting rookies not get enough time. But I think we also have to remember, this is the most talented quarterback rookie we've probably drafted since 2008. Would y'all not agree? I'm not saying he doesn't need to be out there on the field, but if by chance something unfortunate should happen to Kirk, it's that bubble wrap theory. Raheem is definitely down with the bubble wrap theory. Let's see what happens. Ray in the house. What's going on, Ray? How you feeling, brother? Ray says,
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
That's right. That's right. Lisa Shepard said, not you made yourself the winner. That's right. I won fair and square. There were one judge. It was me. Now, I told Lo that we'll win. I told him it's a tie as long as we split the money 70-30. I'd be willing to admit a tie. So we'll see if he goes for that. But that's right, Lisa. Self-proclaimed winner. Dwayne said, what's up, Dwayne? How you feeling, brother? He said, time for some competition for a kicker. I guarantee you they're going to bring somebody in this week. Guarantee you. Guarantee it. Lisa said, do it again when we have our bye week. We probably, you know what? We probably will. I know the last time I think we did it during the season for that horrible Carolina game. We got together one more time, but that might be a good time to do it during the bye week. I have to see if Lo's not hurting, from the emotion of losing, we'll see if he can muster up. He gonna give me a hard time. Tin Cam 1 is in the house. What's going on? Any guess on Falcons Steelers score, even though it's early? I'm trying to think who was I talking to yesterday. I don't know the exact score, but I know we'll win by 10. Did y'all see Justin Fields yesterday? And somebody said it real cool, and I'm trying to think, was that on social media or whatever? Justin Fields is either amazing or blah. There's no middle ground. He can look really good at times, and then there are times you say, dude, is he playing football? And there's a couple of plays. Those throws he was throwing the other time. Yikes. And I'm glad Russell is not hurt. He can come out there. Tin Cam 1 says country roads. Okay. I hear you. Keenan Melvin's in the house, and Keenan says, cool, was scaring me. Okay. Yeah. He should. Again, he only has one job. Kick the field goals. Kick the field goals and the extra points. That's all I need you to do. Lisa said, just think how concerned we were when we had those injuries in Miami. Now look at us. We have leveled up on defense. Listen, Lisa, I know it. You felt it. I felt it. Yesterday at the preseason game, I'm telling you, as exciting as it was, everybody was watching the preseason, but the buzz in the bar was about the moves we made and the potential that we have this year. Again, and I'm trying to think who it was to scroll back up and say, Super Bowl aspirations? Absolutely. In a watered-down NFC. Now, if we were in the AFC, I'm not going to lie to you. I'd be like, tough sled. San Francisco, who's about to get rid of Brandon Ayuk, not to say he was the only guy, but San Francisco is loaded. Talent-wise, loaded. So if you start thinking about what they have, it's kind of hard not to go for them. But other than, not to go for them, that they wouldn't be the favorite. But other than them, there's no other team in the NFC that I think we can't step over. And that includes Detroit. That includes Dallas. That includes Philly. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. My brother Greg from Greg Customs Kicks is in the house. There's a super chat coming. You know that super chat is true. You know that super chat is so true. That's Greg with Greg Custom Kits again. We appreciate you, Greg. Greg, we played your video at the very beginning. Shout out to Greg and his work on that. Anybody wants to hook up with him, check him out on Instagram at Greg Custom Kicks. You see it right there on there. We had a great time chopping it up, not only talking about football, but he did a great reveal. Go to his YouTube channel, go to his Instagram, and check it out. Greg, you are awesome, man. I appreciate it. He said, "What's up, Was it worth the was it in the work booth? It was my pleasure getting your footwork anytime, brother. Glad to meet you." And that was the first time we met in person. That's the first time we met in person. This second time I got some shoes from this first time we met in person. So that was awesome to meet him. And again, meeting everybody was just really, really cool. TKM says, my only guess is that he tackled that guy at the beginning. Yeah. You know what? And coach even said it. Coach is like, yeah, he made that tackle, but I got on him for that too. But you never know. Say he just bumped his head. He was just the most accurate kicker. Criticism is important. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody but listen. When you kicking field goals and you at a 95% clip, nobody's saying anything. Can't miss 3 field goals in the game, man. Especially if they're under 50. Can't do it. T. Terry in the house. What's going on, T. Terry? He said, let's go get a kicker from the Denver. Listen, I don't care who you get it from, as long as they can kick. Yeah. TKM, good point. Reps don't matter if you don't. That's a good point. Great point. Great point. Barbara says, I could see the caution Minnesota got more injuries than us. Absolutely, they do. 330 says, in your opinion, how do we start week 1 offensively after not playing in preseason? Listen, those guys are getting work, y'all. I don't want y'all to sit here and think they're sitting on there behind. What bothered me last year about the bigger difference in Desmond Ridder not getting work and Kirk Cousins getting work is Desmond Ridder had only at that time sniffed NFL competition for two or three games. And he was in, and also he didn't have the equity to miss games. Folks, I'm sorry. You know how you say you got to treat everybody the same? When you start talking about football or we start talking about veterans, you're not treating Kirk Cousins the same as you treat Desmond Ridder. You're not. Kirk Cousins has many starts in the NFL. Many winning seasons in the NFL. I say many like it was that many, but a lot of winning quarterback play in the NFL. Thrown for a lot of yards in the NFL. I don't need to see him in any 3 games. I don't. So if that's what I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not it. So another super chat from our brother Greg in the house. See what we got. We're just talking this and that. Why read your super chat? Uncle Steve will really try to be your best friend. All I want to do is read your super chat. And we'll hang out, talk sports, and just chill. Greg Custom Kicks in the house again. Appreciate you, brother. He said, I don't think people realize I'm the size of a football player myself. Yes, I played DN. Let me tell you something. Greg, a big boy. And, sometimes, you think about girth and everything. I'm a big guy. But then when you go up and you see somebody who's a bigger guy than you, and you start saying, oh, yeah, my bad. Greg looked like he could suit up. But I don't need Greg to suit up. I need Greg to make these shoes and make this money, so we can look good. So, Greg, you the man, brother. You are the man. Ray's in the house. What's going on, Ray? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Latoya says, Uncle Steve is not even close. You won hands down. You know what? Latoya has the fan of the day comment. She always will have a golden ticket for the first seat in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Unlike that unruly guy from Atlanta Bird Gang. Juan Solo, what's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Good to see you in the house, man. Thank you for joining us, Uncle Steve's Lounge. Keenan says, what are we going to call our new defense? Oh, that's a good question. You know, they asked that question of Raheem about, monikers and names and stuff like that. You know what has to happen, Keenan? I think in this case, we're going to have to play a couple of games and find that identity and then kind of pick up a nickname along the way. In order to get a nickname of worth or for something inside, you got to do something. So when this team does something with the defense, because look, on paper it's saying one thing. On Madden ratings, it's probably saying another thing. You got to put it on the field. In the mortal words of the great John Harris, take it off the paper and put it on the field. That's what you got to do. T-Terry said Mahomes is starting quarterback, has played preseason. Yeah, Mahomes different cat. And Andy Reid, if you ask me, I saw the little behind the back thing. That was wild. If Andy Reid had his choice, he wouldn't play Mahomes one time. He wouldn't. But that's Mahomes, man. What are you going to tell the best quarterback in the league? What are you going to tell him? False start in the house. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? C Double says sources from the big low camp believe the judging was fixed. What? Fixed? What? Any comment? What? Any comments? That'll be a negative. Larry says, did you see the Steelers fans? Well, Arthur Smith fired already. They're going to learn the hard way. Let me tell you something. Arthur Smith is a genius. Y'all don't know that yet? Y'all don't know that by now? All right, we'll let him back in here for a quick second. Atlanta Burger says, Steve, that's exactly why I was saying all offseason that we need to stay away from Fields. Yeah. He's an amazing athlete, but a mid quarterback. We needed a legit thrower of the football. And that's why I think at the end, you saw people kind of having the same thought that you had. Athletically, nobody's questioning his athleticism. But at the end of the day, I need you to read defenses. I need you to throw the ball 85% of the time. This is why, folks, and I'm not trying to make Michael Penix the best quarterback in the last 5 years coming out of college. What I'm saying is Michael Penix stays in the pocket. Michael Penix is about throwing the ball. Don't get fooled because he's just athletic and no, he's a black quarterback. No, Michael Penix's first job and his first option is to throw the ball. And in a league where passing, you gotta have a passer to win in the NFL. You've got to have a quarterback to win. You've got to have a quarterback. Need I say more?
I love Desmond.
You got to have a quarterback. Justin Fields, for as great as he's looked against Atlanta the last 2 years, statistically wise, it's kind of like flipping a coin. Like, no, not even flipping a coin. 2 times he's bad. 1 time he comes out looking good. So maybe, I don't know. He got to get the starting job there first, to be honest with you. Barbara says, so if Brandon Ayuk goes to the Steelers, should we be concerned week 1? Absolutely not. Because Russell is not what he used to be. And Justin, let's say Justin will hit it one time and he'll miss it the other time. David Stark said, not only are they killing Fields on edge, they tearing Arthur Smith up. Y'all ought to be shaming y'all. Y'all ought to be shaming yourself. Every person in here should be shaming themselves for talking about our former coach, Arthur Smith. Aww. He led us to 3 consistent seasons. Okay, 7-10, but they were consistent. And he told us last year that Desmond Ridder was going to be the future of our franchise. I was trying to think, how am I saying this with a straight face? Tin Cal says, Falcons punch if it needs a nickname. Okay, I can hear that. I hear you on that. Barbara says, do you think we can get anything for Heineke? He looked slightly better yesterday. I'm sorry, Barbara. I think if you're looking at Heineke right now, and yesterday was his opportunity. Yesterday was his chance to show the world that he was ready to be a backup quarterback. And he was mid yesterday. He wasn't great. So I give him, based on what I saw yesterday, that's 6th round, maybe 6th round pick. Got another super chat in the house. Big time Dre, man. What's going on, brother?
My friends wonder what is wrong with me. I got a super chat. It's from Uncle Steve. I came back to let you know. Got a super chat, and you know it's gold.
Appreciate you, Dre. Thank you for the super chat, brother. He said, I agree that a nickname should be earned. However, I suggest this on Big Low's show that this defense can be smoother and covered. Can smother and cover teams this year. Either the gravy gone or you get the grits wheel. Now, see, here's the thing, Dre, and you've been around a little bit, probably enough to kind of, we went to grits before, but I like the gravy. The gravy gone. Gravy gonna get you. And then you could do it like KRS-One. Gravy gonna get you. Gonna get you. Ooh, 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 ooh. I used to love that song. Ooh, 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 ooh. Dre, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Appreciate you. I know how I make myself laugh sometimes, man. I'm sorry. Y'all think the silly things that be going through my mind, man. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Let's see. Dixon Way says, so how did Desmond earn a sounder, Steve, if you have to do something to earn it? I will tell you the story, and I'm going to tell you the short story, and you already know. So last year, when all of the Desmond love and the Desmond mania was going on last year, everybody who wanted to, when I say I made myself a target, I made myself a huge target, because I told everybody when they first announced him in March, I think, or it was before the draft, I told anybody who wanted to listen that this was a mistake, that Desmond Ridder is not the guy for this team. I'm going to ride with him because he wears Falcon red and black. But as far as him as a realistic starting quarterback, it's not going to work. And guess what? After those first 2 games, Uncle Steve don't know what he's talking about. Uncle Steve was, he's talking about the Falcons. He's not a real fan. He doesn't know. I love some Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder, best quarterback we had since Matt Ryan. I don't know what you're talking about. I think y'all just full of it. By season's end,
I love Desmond.
I was. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not patting myself on the back for being right, because guess what? Being right means my team is losing. But it was hilarious to me that I was saying, listen, I don't play the game. I don't sit there and try to act like I play it. But I can say my eyes, all four of them, don't deceive me. And that this dude is not an NFL quarterback as of last year. Not a real NFL quarterback. I think he was a guy who got a lucky chance, and he got an opportunity here because Arthur Smith was desperate. So that's my thought, and that's how I made the sounder. And that's the story. And that was a long distance dedication from Larry in the Dixon Way. I'm Casey Gates. Oh, man. Jimmy Jackson in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you here. He said, love seeing the Falcons Nation podcasters come together as one and have so much fun. Y'all the real MVP. Man, we appreciate that, man. Brother, thank you so much. Yeah, we had a good time, man. We had a good time. We had a real good time, man. Carlo in the house. What's going on, Carlo? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Don't y'all forget to hit that like button for me as y'all coming in. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Greg says, it's hilarious, Uncle. I was telling people, Tidy said, I ain't wearing my shoes. He made it clear my shoes are for displays only. I don't want to mess mine up. Yeah, hey, man, I like wearing my shoes, but I get it because my son, as I told you yesterday, my son is a sneakerhead. And it's something, man, people be talking, man, I don't want to put wrinkle in it. And I don't want to. I'm like, man, I'm putting them things on. But as I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him for wanting to do that. Tim Cam says people wanted Arthur Smith to get Justin Fields. Got what they wanted. Oh, absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. Johnny R in the house, man. What is going on? How you feeling, brother? He said, hit the like button for me. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for always helping us out in here. We appreciate you having us here in the lounge on a Sunday evening. Barbara Ridley says, Justin Fields ate us up last year. Not sure if they're starting him or not, but the Falcons have trouble either way running quarterbacks. Well, I'll say this. I'll take Russell running more than Justin running. The last year, Joshua Dobbs killed us. Obviously, Justin killed us. Will Levis wasn't running, but he killed us too. So we got to figure that out. Cam says Justin Simmons versus Justin Fields. Justin violate. Hey, man, that's the thing now. We got those safe. So when you start talking about those quarterbacks that want to take off, Justin Simmons be trying to hit people's head off. I've seen him play it at Denver. He played violent. That might be something we're not used to. He played violence. He really does. Chuck in the house. What's going on, brother? How you doing? He said, have my guys do something with it. Uh-oh. Did that get cut off? I don't know what that is, bro. Write that again, Chuck. Barbara says, got the same treatment up when I dared to talk. I remember you. I remember that, Barbara. I remember you getting it, too. Got the same treatment up when I dared to talk about Ritter, too. I was right about Arthur Smith and Ritter. I remember when she was on one of the shows and says, they're doing the same thing to me. She was right. That's why I'm 10 toes down with Barbara. Because I remember when she was getting that real cute. And some folks were coming at me hard. Again, not that I can't take it. But the fact that they were folks were literally calling me out of my name. And I was so emotional about it. And for 1 week after they called me names, I did get inspiration.
I believe death can fly.
I actually thought
I believe death can touch the sky.
that Dez was going to be the
Think
savior.
about it almost every day.
As he went into the game
Death can do anything.
into a wet
I believe death can score.
Bank of America field
If he doesn't fumble on the four.
or throw an interception.
I believe death can fly.
And then the dream was over.
I believe death can fly.
Yes. Desmond Ritter.
I believe death can fly.
And even this song, I had people, I had private messages. Folks were coming after me. Folks were coming after me for my Sounders. Y'all don't believe me? I could probably go back and get them. They were mad at me. Again. I don't know what to tell you. I've been watching this team since the mid 70s. Literally watching, not in a stomach watching this team literally since 76. Trust me, I know what a quarterback looks like. Zaderback, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. He said that 2-0 last season wasn't even a convincing 2-0. Y'all remember the first pass he threw? He called himself. Remember? Y'all don't remember that? But I ain't worried about it now because he's gone, and we gonna move on with our brother Kirk. 330 Sarah. Your fandom was questioned big time. Y'all 330 used to see it. Oh, they dogged me out. They dogged me out big time. Jack Doe in the house. What's going on, brother? Jack Doe is looking out for us week 1. Jack Doe think we're going to lose that game. I got news for him. He said, he comes and says, their defense look good on paper. The Steelers' O-line is suspect. In the words of Herman Edwards, we play to win the game. Absolutely. Jack Doe's feelings going to get hurt week 1. He don't know it yet. Actually, he might know it. Oh, man. And he says, the Falcons' defense look good on paper. Steelers' line is suspect. He says Fields will start. But again, Fields might start, but this is a different defense. Now, Jesse and Simmons ain't going to lay back for Justin Fields. Somebody going to go after him. That might be the difference. Larry said, I only asked to get you to play. I love Desmond Sounder. He did the Jedi mind trick here. Steve, I bet you won't play it. You know what? I'll go play it. Everybody loves that sound that the Desmond has disappeared. Never to be found again. Oh man, yeah, they've been quiet, bro. They've been quiet. TK said I got to talked about Houston fans in the Marriott the night and the morning before the Houston game. They said, good luck, y'all need it. Falcons won barely with Ritter, and I thank them for luck. And we needed luck that day. But I will say, keeping it 100, that was the best game Dez had played. That was the best game he had ever played. He had played as a pro. If I'm keeping it 100, I'm not going to sit here and say all the bad stuff and then act like he didn't play. That particular game against Houston, he actually had a really decent game. The problem was there weren't many more. There really weren't. Lisa says, the players seem to like and appreciate the veteran experience Cousin brings to the team. Lisa, that's what you hear from all of them. And there's nothing like the defense talking about your quarterback. Defense is like, oh, yeah, he's that guy. And I heard somebody say this about the Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins. Why would you get rid of Matt Ryan when basically you're bringing in another Matt Ryan-esque type guy? And that's where you're going to get twisted. And we all fall prey to it where we see somebody that looks like, oh, white quarterback and throws the ball a lot. So they're the same. It's not. Kirk Cousins bringing a different energy than Matt Ryan. All love to Matty Ice. Make sure that's not twisted. Love me some Ice. Always have. My thing is, though, maybe it got a little stale. Maybe we needed a veteran quarterback with a different type of attitude, a different way of going about things. Maybe that's what we needed. Maybe we needed to stir it up a little bit. Maybe Matt Ryan's time had just passed by as an Atlanta Falcon. Nothing, no hate against him. Just you needed different energy on the team. And I think that's what we get. Just like Lisa said. The players are saying. And remember, this is a much younger team. The team that Matt had, they were, some of those guys were young, but you didn't have a lot of veteran savvy folks. Now you have a nice little mix on this team with the Grady's and the Amiyadas. If I say that wrong 4 times, the Simmons, the Bates, the Terrells. Now you got that mixed with the Rooks and the Ebikettis and the Troy Anderson and the Nate Landmans. Now you have a nice mix of both. That's the last time we did that, we were in Houston. The last time. Let's see if we can do it again. John Brooks in the house. What's up, John? He said, a little birdie told me that D. Ritter is driving the struggle bus out there in Arizona. To quote Steve Sounder.
I love that.
Yeah. Gotta love y'all, man. Y'all keep me laughing, man. Jack Doe says Raheem and Tomlin were both in Tampa. They have built similar defenses. Grady, Cam Hayward, Judon, TJ Watt, Simmons, Minka. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Larry said this is the best safety tandem since Seattle's Legion of Boom, Simmons, and Bates. It could be. Again, let's put it on paper. Not to make a bad analogy. I'm not. You have 2 very talented safeties together, but they haven't played together. And we got to remember that. It might not jump right off the bat. And keep in mind, Simmons is coming in with like 2 weeks before, 3 weeks literally, before season opener. So he's got to catch up. So if Simmons doesn't get 2 interceptions the first game, don't lose faith. You got to get to learn the system, see what Jimmy Lake wants from him. But Jimmy Lake's got a great problem. He's got a great problem. Tim Cam says, what the blah does a cardinal do? Honestly asking. That is a good question. They're pretty little redbirds, though. That's a really good question. Barbara says we can handle the trolls. All day. Yeah, our trolls don't bother me. Not at all. Larry says Des can score if he doesn't. Hey, man. I made this. The sad thing is I made that song up. I think it was after the Tampa game when he fumbled running into the end zone. I think that's the day I made that song up, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. Chuck said I said that super chat vocal is terrible. Hit me with the lyrics. And I'll have my guys do something with it. Oh man, you are horrible, brother. You are horrible. Also, all the Falcons fans should be ecstatic about our current roster. Hey, bro, I ain't getting paid, so it's all good. We'll figure out the vocals later. Greg says fans were actually comparing Ritter's bad play with Mariota's bad play, comparing a trash can to a dumpster. That proves our quarterback deprived we really were. That's my thing, y'all. Dude, this is a whole new world with these quarterbacks. Larry says best sounding. Brother, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, bro. Coming from you, who is the king of sounders in your thing, man. Y'all make sure, again, I said it earlier before I know whether you were in here or not, man, but y'all make sure y'all check the Dixon Way today. I saw Shonda out there with him today to keep him straight, keep him humble out there. So we appreciate that. Brother Henry is in the house. What is going on, Henry? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you in the house. Good to see you. Got another super chat, man. Y'all on fire today, man. Let's get to these.
They won't. The Falcons creeping. Gonna find ya. You can't be sleeping. Now stay woke. The Falcons creeping. Now don't you blow ya.
Thank you, Abel. We appreciate you, brother. The super chat is always welcome in Uncle Steve's house. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. He said, what's good, Unc? Who's going to be the surprise standout player this year? I'm going to tell y'all who's going to be the surprise player this year. And I really think this is going to be a really good year for him. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I think Troy Anderson going to have at least about 6-7 sacks this year. I think Troy Anderson, going into before he got hurt last year, I think he was going to be able to, he was going to get in that starting lineup and wreak some havoc. Now that we got some of these veterans in here, I truly do feel like he is going to be the guy. And with a lot of veterans around him, the sky's the limit. Now he could probably play free now with the guys that they have, with Simmons and Bates rolling behind him. Oh, they going to be able to, him and Nate going to eat. That's who I think is going to be a surprise player. Absolutely. 10K says, I got lucky with that game because that was for my 21st and I had to fly in. Okay, gotcha. Atlanta Bird Games, Tidy says Ritter might be out of the league after this season. I believe that. And I don't know why people went so hard for this dude like he had done anything in Atlanta NFL. People legit burn bridges because of it. You know they did too. Because I remember you being, but the one thing I'll say about Tidy, I'm not trying to blow smoke up his behind and stuff like that. Tidy is one of the few people, and I'll say this about me too. I try not to flip-flop, but I will tell you in the moment what's going on. If Ritter is doing well, I'll tell you, yeah. But I was not about to tell you that Ritter was elite. You had people last year prior to any preseason game. He played 8 plays in preseason, and people forget he threw an interception at the end of that drive. And folks were acting like it was blasphemous for us to talk about him. Uncle Steve, you're a hater. You're a hater. How am I a hater for a team I've been rooting for almost dang near 50 years? Because I don't like the play of a quarterback. Y'all would have hated me in the 80s. Y'all would have hated me in the 90s. Because I ain't trying to make it sound better. Folks, if the quarterback ain't good, he's not good. And guess what? If Kirk Cousins comes out here and craps the bed at the end of the year, we're going to call him out too. We are. When Matt Ryan started fading down the end of his career, we called him out. I laughed when they traded him to Indy. Indianapolis is going to be a Super Bowl contender. Really? We just saw the brother for the last 3 years. So it's not hate, folks. It's not personal. You think for 1 minute I'm sitting up here in a freaking room with jerseys all over the place, Falcons paraphernalia over here, and I want the Falcons to lose? Those are the people that make me laugh the most. But you got people like that. You do. You do. Alexis Strozier in the house. What's going on? Said Fields has to watch out for Judon. Hey, let me tell you something. We ain't even talked about him as much. Judon is gonna be, man, he's gonna be such a woo. I cannot wait until week 1. And I will be there. Y'all already know that. Henry said Natron Brooks was a legit player against Baltimore. He kind of reminds me of Ricardo Allen. And we're gonna need him. He's gonna have to play special teams early, but we're gonna need him. No doubt. No doubt. Tin Cam says a quarterback who runs his own offense, which I see off the Smith, might even took some of that control from Matt. People don't look at it that way, but quarterbacks are coaches. They should be on your team. They should be. Larry says, look, getting Kirk and Penix and then getting Judon and Simmons make every move seem like Terry was playing speed chess and everyone else was playing cadet 4. That's a good analogy. But you know what it also is, Larry? Terry Fontenot is playing for his job. I know we are all in heaven this week, and that's great, and that's cool. Bringing in Kirk Cousins, drafting Michael Penix, bringing in Simmons, trading for Judon. This is job security. Dude is going for it now. There's no reason this team shouldn't have at least 2 home games in the playoffs this year. On paper. Again, you got to play, but on paper. So, absolutely. Absolutely. You ain't lying. I don't know. My thing started going crazy. Tin Cap said, listen to any T-Mac and Matt Ryan talking. T-Mac talks about the side. We didn't see much Tony getting yelled by Matt, and he liked that he told him what to do. Yeah, it's true. I remember that video. TV said, that's my quarterback. He went on there and got it. He got in a Hall of Famers behind. But Tony Gonzalez, like, yeah, he the man though right now. Larry said, I got 12 books, Steve. 12 and 5, 11 6 and worse. We're gonna surprise the entire league this season. You know why I hope you're right? I got a lot of money on these boys and these little side bets. If the Falcons come out and do anything close to that, Larry, party over my house. Chuck said, I just remember when you used to hold it down vocally. Nothing but love. Nah, I know. I'm just messing with you, man. I can still hold it down, man. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that early. I'll play it on the way out. You didn't hear that rendition of Tevin Campbell. I'll let you hear it. 330 says your Sounders and Super Chat remix are literally great Falcon PTSD therapy. Hey man, whatever works, man. Whatever works. I trust me. Get a smile on your face. Tin Cam said Caden gonna be used like he was in New Orleans. That's right. Blitzer. Absolutely. I believe that. Larry says, I wish I could have been at the get together this weekend. That video made it look like a great event to attend. Shout out to everybody that attended. Shout out to you, brother. We knew you had to do your thing, man, with the game. Because look, man, we already know. We knew you had to do your thing, so it's no big deal. No big deal at all. Alan Mike is in the house. What's going on, brother? How you feel? Played my other thing. I'm gonna play this on the way out. Hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna get this set up. All right, there we go. Alan Mike, what's going on, brother? Let's see. Juan says, I was calling Desmond trash when we drafted him. I knew you were right. Juan been calling. Juan has been right there with the Barber thing. Juan is a Falcon fan. Juan just didn't like the quarterback. That's it. Mike says, I feel Penix should be playing. Arthur Smith. Oh, man. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop. Greg said Ritter was horrible in real life and on Madden. You know it's bad when a video game can't get you to be good. My son told me the same thing. He's like, man, Ritter is horrible on there. Tin Cam says we got to let things run their course. We ain't getting paid to make the decisions. Just true. It's true. But you know, Cam, we're fans, man. Fans are gonna always give their 2 cents on what we're doing. It's nothing but fun. Of course, the coaches are gonna make the decisions. So, yeah, we good. Larry says, I'm wearing red sleeves with my jerseys, but I'll have a Judon jersey. Yeah, you know what? As soon as they come out, you know I'm looking on. You know they'll have it soon. Because I'm trying to see what him and Simmons are gonna be wearing when they get up there. Look, though. Y'all have been awesome, man. Sunday Chill has been awesome. If y'all can do me one favor, if you don't do anything, got a lot of folks in here today. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube. Help your brother out so we can do this thing up right. I'm going to cue up one more time the inaugural.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
The Ain't Nobody Coming to See You, Otis. Karaoke that we had this week, yesterday. I'm gonna throw this on here, and as we're getting ready to break out, I just want to thank everybody again, all of you that showed up for the program yesterday, all the content creators, everybody else who was out there. We appreciate y'all showing up on behalf of a lot of us. It was a great time and a great thing to get us lathered up for the season. I appreciate y'all. I'm giving y'all one more chance to look at how Uncle Steve clinched the absolute winner of the
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
contest in here. Y'all take a look on the end. I appreciate y'all. And until then, y'all look at the video on the way out and y'all enjoy yourself. I appreciate y'all. Here we go.
And both of us are going to get the mic, and we're going to let y'all decide how far down low who's going to be the best singer between the two of us. I'm telling y'all right now, make him feel good. Make him feel good, no matter what. Make him feel good.
Dr. Gas Bills.
Stay back.
What you do? Where you at?
Right here.
Last night I saw you singing. I started.
Come on. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want you to know your name. Everybody. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one, okay?